Stella's back. Julian Hayes strode past without a glance. She'd saved him once, left with trauma, fragile as glass. Every time her love life failed, she came running back. And every time, Julian blamed me, said my place as Mrs. Hayes triggered her, so I'd vanish, give up our bedroom so he could hold his broken angel. When she left, he'd call me home. 5 years, no more, no less, 18 times. But Julian, I will never love you again. One Audrey's POV. Dad, I want a divorce. I held the phone, trying to keep my voice steady. I'll get the immigration paperwork done as soon as possible. I'm serious this time. My father's voice came through the receiver, carrying a hint of relief. My dear, you've finally come to your senses. I'll handle the rest. You'll be out of there within a month. I hung up and looked at my reflection in the mirror, expressionless. The doorbell rang. I opened the door. Julian Hayes stood there, his face etched with his usual thinly veiled impatience. Stella's back. He strode into the entryway without even glancing at me. He walked straight to the walk-in closet and pulled out the suitcase I'd already packed. You know her mental state. She can't handle any stress. Of course I knew. Stella had once saved his life, and supposedly, it left her with severe psychological trauma and extreme emotional instability. Since then, every time she hit a wall with some awful guy, she'd come running back to Julian for shelter. Julian stubbornly insisted that my status as Mrs. Hayes was the biggest trigger for Stella. In his mind, as long as I stayed in this house, Stella would feel like a third party, and that would only make her condition worse. So, every time Stella returned, I had to disappear like a ghost, vacating our master bedroom so he could comfort his fragile angel. Once Stella left, he'd have me come back. In 5 years, no more, no less, exactly 18 times. Today marked the 19th. She'll stay at our place first, he said, setting the suitcase down on the living room rug. I can't let her have an episode out of guilt. I've already had my assistant, Carl, book you a suite at the Four Seasons. I looked at the familiar suitcase, saying nothing, just silently beginning to pack my personal belongings. This unusual calm compliance seemed to surprise him more than any hysterical crying fit would have. He frowned, loosening his expensive silk tie, and stared at me suspiciously. Audrey, why are you so cooperative today? What are you up to? It was no wonder he was suspicious. After all, I wasn't always willing to be his doormat. The first time, I cried and blocked his way, begging him not to make me leave. He just coldly pushed me aside. The 5th time, I shredded all his custom shirts. I threatened him that if he dared to make me leave, he wouldn't be able to walk out of the house looking presentable. He just glanced at them coldly and had the bodyguards escort me out. The next day, the closet was filled with new season clothes. By the 10th time, I no longer resisted, just cried silently. He came over then, patted my head as if I were a pet, and said, "Now you're being a good girl," and the 18th time, just last month. I could even smile as I helped him pick out the suit he would wear to see Stella. I looked up at him, shaking my head calmly. I just think this whole situation is pointless. Just then, his phone rang. He glanced at the screen, and his impatience instantly transformed into tension and tenderness. It was Stella. He didn't avoid me, directly putting it on speaker.